will this inclusion, Dan, reshape or change the S&P 500 index?
Yeah, and it's 1% of the market cap when it's all said and done. And I think this is, look, it's historic in terms of the magnitude, but also what it says about electric vehicles and what Tesla has done. And of course, that volatility that sometimes we see in Tesla, I think maybe you could see a bit of that more in the S&P. But this is something that, it's a feather in the cap for Musk and Tesla to get this, not just in terms, again, to the S&P 500 and what it means from an institutional ownership and indexing. It's really about profitability, because that's what it says. It shows the red inks in the rearview mirror, that shot of credibility. I think it just shows how far we've come the last few years, especially in the EV market.
The ratings agency, S&P Global Ratings, also bumped up Tesla's credit rating to investment grade today. What does that do? What are the implications for Tesla now that that's happened?
Yeah, now if you add that, call it 12 to 13 billion that they've raised. And remember, that was the biggest issue with Tesla. It's about the balance sheet, capital structure. Now in this euphoric rise, they've been able to monetize that in terms of putting that in the treasure chest. And what that's going to do, look, they're almost at investment grade, but I think it just shows you they go on the offensive in terms of capital build out. We see it in Berlin. We're going to see it in Austin. I think eventually we're going to see in India as well as another factor. And right now it's an arms race in the EV market. And it's just going to give them more and more flexibility in terms of raising debt as well as potential more equity.
Before we let you go, Tesla's now trading at about $673 a share. What is your price target on the stock, and what are you rating it, Dan?
Yeah, base case is 560 in terms of price target. But ultimately, in terms of the bull case, $1,000 if they continue to execute in China. That's why that China is so key, and that's the key really between the base and the bull. I can tell you the tea leaves look very bullish coming out of Shanghai and everything we're seeing in China for EV makers, not just Tesla, but NIO, Xpeng, and others. I think we're going into a golden age for EV.
$1,000 a share. When would that happen to your mind? At some point next year?
That's a 12 to 18-month bull case if they continue to execute and we see this type of demand. China is the linchpin to that bull case thesis.
All right, Dan Ives of Wedbush, always a pleasure. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.